My name is Nathaniel.
Let me ask you a question. Has anything ever happened to you that you couldn't explain? That made you feel sort of foolish when you tried to tell somebody about it? Well, if it has, you have plenty of company, as you'll soon see.
Comme si miroir. Hey, viens. Algérie, Côte d'Ivoire, Gabon, Mali. Bring come. Les trois lotons. Zewa, et gaji gagba, diji me le kaba, me le bepo, me quoi pour nous tourner pour on a gagé. Eh, zewa. Asen quoi fina. Boblo, asen comment quand je fina. Eh, wa. Oui. Ton, zawebi, bon, il y a mon conduit à côté. Diamant. Wafi, zéwide, des signes bizarres, ils ont. C'est quoi ça? C'est pas c'est tatoué tombi, c'est ma poé, et à boire comme miroir. N'est-ce bon? Et moi?
He's calling the song.
C'est ma fada, now, you get am power.
In here,
you see,
sometimes people can rest. You see.
Salut, mamie à ta chef. I go see. I call him. Rain no go fall again. You know if he fall. Now true I tell you, no be life. I like him, he go come for them now. Before he go come out for this place, go for this place, he dey go. He go see rain for roll. Now myself now he go call him. No be so he no go fall. I no gree, no go fall, he no go fall. Now God he give me power. No be person. Now person he give me, he go correct for my hand. But now myself now I get it. My God he give me, you know, put for anybody hand before he give me. Now true I tell you, come see my place. Oh, gouverneur pour le candidat, il allait sur le nom clair. Oh, il y a des gens qui ont fait ça. Mais original, mais nous en ben d'ailleurs. Nous coordonnateurs, nous baïnateurs, nous apiabinateurs, nous yabanateurs. Eh, ils don't come. Ils savent ils don't come. Oh, c'est quoi viron? Amola na bogwe. Soko vina na ma poto klika ten wo non den wo ya lu na ro de meta ki agban bi ati agan do to ma ka aga ton no ke mo ndo ho a. Oh, opita wa yovo aguta wa we ndo ton ba ko ton po a. Pita wa gan to. Bo de mi me segbolisa. De mi wa bo do mi na kan ko bi odo to wa tan agbota wo yo we no ajota na. Do mi ajota nu we. Do kukunde me o. Azonkunde me o. Do na yon me. Oh, mi na mo ikoma mo isade yi. Do to wa dan o. Wi agbota o yo e no ajota na de yi. Do mi ajota nu we. De mi ajota nu we la konje me o fi eja kokun kwa koku.
Tensions with all of the best wishes can actually open up a portal where something that we cannot contain, understand, or even define can step into our world and start making demands. And so my point here tonight, and again, there have been many people that have commented on my shows and reached out to me because they know I kind of highlight the more malevolent case studies. But what I want to suggest here tonight for a fleeting moment is that there are beings out there that will actually put the idea in us to want to contact them. It's just like Pazozo. I talk about the demon Pazozo, where Pazozo is a demon that had actually created an image in a person's mind of itself. Like, this is what I look like. And so that man goes to a blacksmith, and the blacksmith begins to carve out the image that the entity had implanted in the man's mind. And so soon what you have is the image of Pazuzu. But long before that, you had the image of Pazuzu that Pazuzu put in the mind of the man. And so what we have here, and this is what we're still trying to figure out in the CE5 movement, is who is conjuring who? Are these beings placing that hunger in us so that we go out into lonely places or dark areas and flatlands, and we begin to perform rituals that they created for us or they define, or even sometimes we freelance it? Are they the ones that are allowing themselves to be conjured? Here's why I suggest that. Because ufology right now is still catching up to demonology. Demonology for 3,000 years, we have our own CE5 protocols, right? We've done it for years and years and years. You conjure an entity, you draw a circle around it. And for a period of time, we believed that these beings were obeying our protocols. Number one, not only that, but that they were obeying the protocols they gave us to follow. Okay, so let me give you for an instance. You know, if you guys know anything about Hollywood and the horror pop culture, you see it in the Conjuring movies, and you see a lot of this stuff. It's famous, but it's not really accurate. For instance, okay, if we draw a circle around the entity and we hope and pray that it doesn't come out of the circle, it will stay there. But that's never been true. It was for a little bit until they got tired, I guess I should say, and then they transcended even those protocols, even to the point that at the Livermore Laboratories, our own government was trying to conjure these beings, and then they had one entity that manifested. They hurried up and drew a circle around it until it walked out of the circle and beat them to tar. So the protocols that they gave us for themselves weren't even followed. That's incredible. Now, if they're not following protocols they've given us to conjure them, just look at Jack Parsons, right? I'm going to do A, B, and C, and they're going to come in here, and I'm going to be able to get a hold of them. And then once you realize that, okay, he doesn't have a hold of them, they have a hold of Jack, in all of the laws that he thought they were going to follow at a certain point in time, they were non-existent. And now what he has is an entity that he conjured into this world, and they're a handful. Now, this is exactly what Aleister Crowley told Jack Parsons one night. He said, listen, Jack, you don't know, Jack. He said, these beings you think will respect you. He said, and I understand you have these different aspects and avenues of conjuring. He said, but let's say that once you're done with all of your liturgical rites, once you're done doing all of that and you actually have an entity in front of you, what are you going to do with it? Are you going to ask it questions, Jack? Are you going to start conjuring more because it's already there? And Jack Parsons, in his ignorance and arrogance, he believed that, listen, if I can conjure it, I can control it. And sure enough, one night, his last ritual, his last experiment, it blew him up, literally, into pieces. And prior to that ritual, he wrote in his diary, I hope I can conjure them. and just hope that if I die, I know they'll have my soul. So it's another lie, I believe, that we're being told by the beings. Number one, if I am innocent, then they're innocent. If I am pure, they're pure, as if they will mirror me and my desires to conjure them. That's another lie, and I hate to say it like that, but we have evidence. It's evidence of this already in the field. More than that, my purity and my innocence and my good intentions will create desired outcome. Now, what's really interesting about this is it's the same thing I said earlier, is that it's not like we just came up with this yesterday. We have 3,000 years of case study after case study, even in modernity. There's a lady I know that I cast the devil out of many years ago, whatever you guys want to call them, parasite, whatever. But we were on the phone with her. I was on the phone with her and going back and forth, and I began to talk to the entity. And she was cussing me out and saying all kinds of stuff. And finally I said, okay, can I talk to the entity? She said, yes. And I said, okay. And I called it by name. And I said, I have a vision right now. I said, you were conjured in the second story of the house through a Ouija board. The individual was a woman. She calmed down. Her voice changed. She said, and he said, yes, she did. She conjured me. I said, so you used that contact as a portal? Yes, I did. I said, all right. It was a Ouija board. And I said, I named it again. I said, so why are you here? He said, because she wants me here. Now watch this. The individual was not just possessed, but she had been addicted to heroin. And the entity, it started out, hello, Uncle Ted, Aunt Deborah, or whoever we want these beings to be. Next thing you know, she made a covenant. This is what they said. She had made a covenant with the devil. And that entity came to claim payment with her life. Now, these, and I understand this, people are going to say, okay, Nathaniel, you're doing an alarmist. I am. I make no apologies about it. I know. But my point here is, it's like Rex said earlier, we have to start defining this in a clearer way. Because it seems like in every other practice of conjuring, be it ritual magic, even Santeria, whatever Crowley was doing with the Kabbalistic rituals, Jack Parsons, these beings will allow us to believe in certain laws. And then until they want to step in and begin to do what they want to do, then all the laws dissolve into nothingness. And we realize, possibly for the first time, that we're being used, in that it was not contact that they were wanting the entire time. It was us that they were wanting the entire time. And so what they have been doing is, we weren't conjuring them, they were conjuring us. But they allowed us to play into the head game of, I'm going to make you think you got me, and then meanwhile, I have a hold of you. I hope this is making sense. I can remember being just a young kid, and I went to a natural history museum, and I always got bored being with the group because I'm not really a follower. And I just left the group and all by myself, and I got in trouble later today. I didn't care. But I'm walking around, and they had this exhibit, and it was a line of mailboxes. There was a placard on it, and it said, stick your hand in the mailbox, pull it out, think about it, and tell us what you think you felt. So
I call am, rain no go fall again. You know if it fall. Now true, I tell you, no be life. I like him, he go come for damn now. Before he go come out for this place, go for this place, he dey go. He go see rain for roll. Now myself, now he go call him. No be so he no go fall. I no agree, no go fall, he no go fall. Now God he give me power, no be person. Now person he give me, he go correct for my hand. But now myself, now he get it. My God he give me, you know, put for anybody hand before he give me. Now true I tell you, come see my place.